job. And even once she'd made it, there was the ongoing need for continuous learning and staying abreast of the latest research and advances. I know you haven't, but I also know you love it. Not everyone can say that about their job, and I'd hate to see you walk away from something so dear to you. I love my career, but I need a break, Carrie said firmly, as though saying it out loud would be enough to convince herself that was all it was. A break. She'd thrived on her career for so long, but she couldn't see a way forward unless she moved away from the norm and tackled something different for a while. With the packing done, Christy cleaned the insides of the floor-to-ceiling windows, amusing Carrie every time she moaned at how hot she was. "It's like being in a greenhouse," she said, yet again moving into the stream of open air from the balcony doors for a bit of relief. "I appreciate your help," Carrie called from the kitchen area, where she had her head inside the corner cupboard, wiping down the shelves, the back of the door. Christy declared her job finished and asked, "What time will Lachlan be back?" "He should be here any minute now." Lachlan had been transporting her things over to a storage facility since the crack of dawn. "He's been an absolute star. You're a lucky girl, Carrie." Carrie smiled. She was lucky. Sometimes it was easy to forget when Lachlan told her time and time again that this move was ludicrous, that what happened was part of her job, and she needed to deal with it head on. She'd not got much sympathy from him. Then again, maybe he was trying to help her see sense and be strong, and in some ways he was right. But it didn't mean she wanted to hear it over and over, a constant reminder of how she couldn't handle a situation that many in her position would have taken in their stride. From the moment Carrie had introduced her heart surgeon boyfriend, 8 years her senior, to her entire family, they'd been in awe of him and how clever he must be. Carrie's mum was an interior designer. Her dad ran a chain of bottle shops in Melbourne's outer suburbs, and Christy was the only other person in their family who had moved anywhere near to the medical profession, by training as a medical secretary. All of them were floored that this man was so clever, so able with his hands, and, as her dad had told her jokingly one night, "He's not bad to look at either." "I still can't believe you've bought a place so far away." Christy handed Carrie a can of Diet Coke from the fridge. "A place that needs work doing. This apartment is immaculate. I can't see you living in a mess for too long." "I'm not that bad." "Oh, come on. When we were growing up, you used to tidy out the shoe cupboard for fun. You'd clean when Mum and Dad were out to surprise them when they came home. You're a neat freak, Carrie." "I'm sure I'll cope." "We'll see." Her sister looked doubtful. "But I'll admit you've chosen well. I fell in love with Magnolia Creek the first time I went there, and I have fond memories of Magnolia House where I got married." Carrie smiled at her sister. "It was a beautiful day and an amazing wedding. I hope you'll come and see me. Visit Magnolia Creek again." "Just try and stop me." Christy sipped her drink. "When do you start the new job?" "Carrie the babysitter. I can't imagine it myself." She shook her head, amused. "You and babies don't exactly mix unless it's in a medical setting." Carrie elbowed her sister as she too hopped up on the edge of the kitchen bench, their legs dangling together in a row like they had back in their younger days, cooling down eating ice creams by the ocean after school. "I like babies," Carrie pointed out. "That's why I took the job." The position she'd taken as a nanny or babysitter, as it could also be referred to, was in Melbourne's Dandenong Ranges at the edge of Magnolia Creek, a town Carrie was already familiar with. She'd be looking after Maria, a 10-month-old baby girl whose parents, Tess and Stuart, worked full-time and were waiting for a place to come up in a childcare facility. When Carrie had applied for the job, they'd snapped her up, even though she didn't have any first-hand experience in nannying. It was her job as a paediatrician that had clinched the deal. "Think you can handle the job?" Kirsty wanted to know. "Of course I can. She's 10 months old. What could possibly go wrong?" In truth, she wasn't sure how she was going to handle 3 days a week looking after a baby for 7 hours straight. Kirsty was right. She did love kids, but she never spent that long a time with any of them, especially without any other adult company. "And what about this other job?" Kirsty grinned. "Yes, Mum."